Welcome to I am figuring out how GUIs work. Not really. Um, I don't really got much to say other than let's just do it. I haven't been able to work on this, but that's all right. Okay, so what I have here is I think I need to fix this, and then I need to fix like some text things, and then actually I might have also already even fixed the text things. I don't know actually. Um, that's fine. So the problem I had last time was that this get viewable content won't work. It won't get the bottom items if we're at the bottom. Now this is a constant, right? Because the individual content height and the height themselves are final, and since they are final, I can compute items in view. Height divided by this individual content height, right? We can do something like this. Items in view. And now what I can do is I can work backwards. Actually, the two index is exclusive. If there's like 3 items, well, if it's scroll, right? So if there's like 5 items, and if there's 5 items, this is gonna be whatever. The end is gonna be, it's gonna start from 0 to 5. No, there needs to be 6 items, right? And 5 items in view. Doesn't this mess things up? The sublist call? Because the sublist call is to index exclusive. Shouldn't this just be contents.size? From index which is inclusive and to index which is exclusive. This should not be a -1 because this size. Yeah, no, this is. There's no way. Because it always worked before. I don't know. I'm confused why that would be working. And the final damage taken is not being shown. What the hell? That's for something else. That's when this is like this. Well, that's incorrect. God damn it. right? So like I get all this. This is fine. This makes sense. But what happens here, dude? This determined as being scrollable, but everything's viewable. And now this is right, but I need to show that other item. Can do something like this, where I set it to be, no, set the end first. Where it's equal to the size, and the start is equal to the end minus dot items in view. And now this should, it works. It's a little finicky, but it works. It makes everything viewable, which is, I guess, all I really care about. Now, I can actually fix things so that it's a little bit nicer. all I would need to do is when I create these, I do something like this, and then for this, I do something like this. I just make it evenly divisible. Right, and then that solves the whole problem. And then there's not going to be any weird jumping, because it's going to be perfect, right? I can even make it bigger. This is 15 lines visible at once. Also want to increase the width. The width is currently set to 100. How do I know what the maximum width is? Sorry. Ocean effects max length is 80. I might be safe at setting it to being like 120. Actually, maybe not. I might need to set to like 140. This might just be guesswork at this point. Okay, 120 is in fact better. 120 is likely the sweet spot. Yeah, that looks to be a sweet spot to me. And then we need to adjust this. I believe the width of that is also 100. 130 seems a little bit more reasonable. Yeah, 130 seems pretty good. I guess I could do 120 as well. So here's also what I'm thinking. I can make this a little bit better because I'm setting the X position. I can go, actually, where's my clear history button? Make it like 30. This should move everything over. It does. How tall is this button made? What if I make it 15? Okay, it's gotta be 20. That's just how that is. Alright. Now I'd like for it to be centered over it, so I don't want to actually minus 10. I need the width of the button, which is 80. The X position minus this dot clear history dot width divided by 2. So we start there and we go over for half the width. That's going to, will that center us? I don't think that actually centers us. It does not center us, and not even close. But it depends on the width of this thing, right? So the width I've set to 130. So I need to set its X position such that its midpoint is the same as the button's midpoint. Now the button's midpoint is its X plus 40. So this thing's X position. Oh, we have some fucking math to do here. This thing's X position plus its width over 2 needs to equal the button's X position plus the button's width over 2. Now, I know what the button's width is, and I know what the history pane's width is. I just need to figure out what its X position is. So, if I want to solve for its X position plus its width, or sorry, its X position plus half its width. So take half its width, subtract that from that. So it should be plus this minus 130 over 2, which is 65. I do this right? Yeah, I mean this is centered relatively. I just should move the button over a touch. Let's actually make it now plus 50. Look at that, and now it's centered. And everything works, except if you scroll too fast and you break the scroll bar, which you should not do. Right? Don't break the scroll bars. Okay, so I can grab this scroll bar and I can scroll down really fast, but from here I cannot scroll up really fast. I have to scroll up slower. And you know what? I don't really care. I think it's fine. No one's gonna fucking eat their mouse up to the goddamn stratosphere every time they're trying to scroll through this thing. So I think we're okay. Um, Now I'm curious if I want to make this wider. See, so here's the problem that I have. The problem that I have is actually pretty simple. With something like GUI enabled, GUI is going to take up like all this space, and it's going to completely overlay this. Or maybe not. I'm pretty sure GUI is going to realize the width of this, and it's just going to go like over here. God hoping. Which means I would need to properly define the width and height of this, right? I don't know. Where is its width fucking set? Where it's used? Where is it set? Where is it set? Set the fucking width. Set world and resolution. Right. Oh, I can call set GUI size. What is the current GUI size? I don't know. What if I set it to 200? I don't know what it sets the fucking height to. The reason I don't know is because it just fucking does it. Before it calls init GUI, it does it. Oh, wait a second. Then, hold on. This might not want to set it in the constructor. Set it. We get to init GUI here. Before we do this, do this dot set GUI size, set the width to like 200, whatever for now, and set it to this dot height. Or, yeah. So that works out the same, but like the width is different now. Like that. Cool. I did move it over. I did technically move it over. I think I want it like 1600 or something. Uh, nice GUI screen. Oh my god. Alright, 500? What the hell? Yeah, right, okay. Which is not gonna work perfectly. Unless I shift I do have the option to shift everything over a touch, but I don't know that I want to. Because now I don't know how JEI determines, like, how to fit its stuff on the screen. That's the thing. I guess I could check, but I don't know. Um, is there still problems with the text? No, I fixed that. I fixed that. How did I fix that? I did this dot draw string. Now, do I want this to go all the way down to the bottom here? It would be nice if I also numbered these. So that they know the order just by looking at it, right? Like this one should say like most recent, and this one should be second most recent, third most recent, fourth most recent, and least recent. I think. Let me switch views on my really buggy thing. Let me open the lang key because I have this. Um, I don't care. Just shut up. Trying to get me to download some extension to open lang files. You don't even know what you're talking about. Could it be like most recent, second most recent, third most recent? Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Okay. So now I'm gonna just insert these such that like these lines here instead state how recent it is, and they also go farther because this was arbitrary, right? Basically, I need to determine the length of the string and then figure out how wide I want it, and then pad it with these dashes on either side, and then insert those there. Now, the thing with this pane is that it adds. And then, okay, I get it. Okay, so I don't need those for starters. All right. Now, yeah, terminate, we're fine. So I basically want what the fuck is this thing used? I'm gonna call hierarchy on this. Literally just used here. I might need this. We're gonna leave that like that. But getting this thing numbered, right? That's where I want to do this, because this is going to, in the abstract damage instance, this is where it's going to have the translator for that. But I'm gonna need that in the damage history as well. This is, what the fuck? I can spell. Instance dot get translator keys dot history root. I want to keep this all kind of maintained where it needs to be. All right, so we have our translator here, and there's an iterator here. Good for it. Well, this is a deck. We can iterate backwards and then backwards. Wait, why the fuck would I do that? That's dumb. And this will return itself a damage history. It could just return an iterable. Yeah, dude, just return an iterable. And basically what I want to do here is this history, I'm gonna return a new iterable. Upon which I must define its iterator. And this iterator is going to do whatever it needs to do. I'm just going to return a new iterator. I feel like this is not a great way of doing this. Which is then going to define its heads next and its next. And I now know why I don't want to do this. Because this is silly. Actually, A, this is final, it can't be extended. B, it's not going to see this, right? Unless I make it protected. I make this protected as well. Then I can just see it. I don't need to specify anything. This needs to implement iterator. It doesn't need to implement iterable, just iterator. Get me a constructor. Let me call this iterator on it. Never used locally. We'll get to that. delegate dot size, right? So this should be a string, I believe. Probably, that's probably what I want. Now this screen, instance.toString.split, right? Like it does that already. This is just private. So, if the normal iterator has next, then that means there's another damage instance to do. And now the next string we're going to get is if this dot is numbering, then we're going to get a number. And now this is where I'm going to go into my string utils. Hello! How's it going? This is greater than or equal to total length. Then we return to pad. Not bad. Things are going not too bad. We're making things look pretty a little bit, and then we might actually draw some GUI sprites and elements and shit. Making the code look pretty? No, no, no. Making the GUI look pretty. Hello? Okay, this is toPad.length. Then I want to check to see if toPad.length or the string size greater than or equal to this. I need this because while string size is less than total length, We're gonna do total length -1, so that I at least have to do 2 sides. I don't wanna no, I don't wanna be making. Wait, this is dumb. Okay, have that, and then do in back pad, and that's going to be the total length minus the front pad. And then this is how many of the characters I need in front, and this is how many characters I need in the back. I just do fill. Yeah, I can do fill. This is the front pad. And I do the same thing for the back pad. And then I fill the front with the pad. And I fill the back with the pad. Boom. Yeah. Now I don't need this. Right, because if this thing's length is like 30 and the total length is 31, we're just gonna deal with it, I think. So I actually don't need this size anymore. And then I need to return string dot value of string dot value of front plus pad plus string dot value of back. This will pad what I need, so I need that, and then So what the heck am I doing here? Okay, I get this last digit, and do I just switch on this? I mean, I guess so. I don't. Can I switch return in Java 8? I don't think so. We'll see. Actually, I can't. I can't return a switch, but I can. I can do this. That's for sure. Turn. Does this return the string builder itself? It does. sb.append st dot toString. Boom. Good. And then case 2, we're gonna return sb.append and b.toString. And then case 3 is going to be something that I'm going to make typos on because it's great. sb.append rd.toString. And then the default is going to return sb.append th.toString. View. Okay, now I can go here. Where I can then, if we're numbering, then if this dot total equals damage history dot this dot delegate dot size, I will return translator dot translate most recent, which I have in the, well, I should put in here. So now this is translation keys dot most recent. I need to actually pad this. String utils dot pad. Actually, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So if this is 0, No, if it's 1. Translator dot translate translation keys dot least recent. Otherwise, S is gonna be translate hello. Oh, this is, yeah. Right, because this is a vararg, right? Yeah, it's a vararg thing. Get component args dot get formatted text. I need that. Nth recent, and the argument needs to be the this dot total dude. The amount of times I'm doing this. This should be final. This dot total this dot history size minus this dot total. And then we will not do a total minus minus, but what I will do is this dot is numbering equals not this dot is numbering. We'll flip the state of this, and I will return string utils dot pad I knew I was missing something. That's where that goes. And then we're gonna pad S. We're gonna pad it with this, and the total length is gonna be What? I don't know. We're gonna find that one out. Otherwise, we're not numbering. We learn when we get there, right? Thank you for your hydrate. So now, basically, like, this iterator needs to iterate over the other thing, and so this I should set to null. And then if this dot damage instance iterator is null, we're gonna set it up by setting, can I do this dot damage instance is iterators dot for array? You're goddamn right I can. And we know it has a next because this dot normal it dot next or either this has a next or this dot damage instance iterator is not null and this dot damage instance iterator dot has next. Right. This is needed for the last one. The last one I take out, I need to make sure that this iterator is not null and that it still has a next. Which means if it doesn't have a next, I need to set it to null again. Dot toString dot split system dot get line line separator. What are you even bitching about? The corresponding then clause is not complete. Oh, you would be correct. You are so right. Okay, so if it's null, I set it up. And then I need to do the thing. How does this thing it is it the abstract? Oh, it's in the abstract damage history that does that. Okay, that's fine. We're going to return this dot damage instance iterator dot next. I don't need this. Wait, I need if this dot damage instance iterator dot has next, then return this. Wait. That's no good. That's no good. This dot damage instance iterator dot next. And then if it doesn't have next, this dot damage instance iterator becomes null. We just orphan the fuck out of it. Which we do after we get the next item, right? So it's like, this is obviously going to have something, right? Its first iteration is going to have something. And then we get that first thing from the iterator. We check to see if it has next. If it doesn't, we set it to null. And then I also need to do this dot is numbering equals not this dot is numbering. We flip the state again. Wait, no, that's supposed to pad it to a total length of 20. I need to pad it to a total length of 80? Am I okay? Am I okay? What's the history length? No, that's the potion effect length. What's the history length? There is no history length. Okay, maybe not 80. Maybe like 50. My extremely convoluted numbered damage history iterator now has a very complicated iteration thing. But check this out. Instead of doing this shit, I instead just return I return shit. Wait, maybe I can do damage history. No, I can't do this. Fuck. I can't return a new numbered damage history iterator. Not only can I not spell it, it won't work. Well, for starters, I might need to actually hold on. This might be part of my problem, but yeah, this is it. Also, this needs to be a string iterator, and then this needs to be an iterator string, and then this becomes a problem because this needs to be an iterator string, and I'm so wrong. This new, yeah, okay. You can do this. Okay, that's what I thought. I was confused for a second. Can I not have that thing highlighted because it's fucking illegible as shit? Okay, so this iterator, we return an iterable of the strings. You're just going to do this. And now it's numbered. It should theoretically be numbered, least recent to most recent. Starting with, most recent. Now, if we have like one damage instance, we're set to this. We are set to numbering. Our total is set to this, so we do most recent. Put that in. We flip the switch. We go here. Our damage instance iterator is null. We get the next one. And then we split it and create an iterator for it. And then we get the next thing and we iterate over it over and over again until this is exhausted. When this is exhausted, we set it to null, we flip the switch, we return it. Right? In this case, and then our has next, this will be false, and then this is false because this is null at this point, because we set it to null. Right? If this is false because we're on the last one, well, this is not null and it has next, so like we continue going. Okay, this makes sense. All of that to bring this all the way over here to go to this to be an iterable string to get a damage history number to return this dot history dot get numbered history to bring it all the way back again to the container. Where is this used? This is literally just used in one spot. I don't need this. This could be an iterable of strings because get damage history text, we'll say. get damage history numbered. This returns this. Then we go all the way back up to here where it is bitchin'. And I don't need to do any of this. I can instead do, I don't even need to do any of that. I can do this dot dummy dot get damage history text dot for each history pane add this. Right? And now I don't need any of this because I've basically already handled all of that. What other warnings do I have? I have like 5 million warnings. I say with 4 of them. Now I'll give it a shot. It should now, like, list everything out from most recent to least recent in the right order, spaced correctly. It should look good. The string might be a little bit long, so I'm actually going to pull up the damage history.java so that I can alter the length of this, which I probably want to be some constant that I define somewhere, ideally, but we'll deal with that. We'll cross that bridge a little later. I see a problem. Actually, I see many problems. The first problem is this is way too fucking long. The second problem is ain't no way this is all most recent. That's a bunch of baloney. Okay, so there's a problem. There's a bit of a problem. Maybe not the 50. Let's set it to 20 so that it tries to like pan it to be 5 on each side or whatever. So this is better. This is better. This is better. What if we do like 10? Just make it smaller. Right? And see that is inherently the problem. If I do 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, I see my problem. I fucked that part up ever so slightly in my padding. Minus 2 pad dot length. Now this needs to be space over 2 space minus front pad. See, now this is better. Where were we at? We were here. Set this to like 30 now. Right, not bad. Maybe 20 now. 25? Dicks. Alright, maybe, excuse me, let's try, 22. Oh my god, like a glove. Except for the fact that it states that everything is most recent, which... I know what the problem is! I forgot to, decrease the total. It's not total minus minus. Ah, fuck, this just says nth recent. No, you're backwards! No, you're backwards! Why are you backwards? Oh, I see. I'm thinking it's going the opposite way. Which means these numbers might be backwards. I might just want to do this dot total as the number. Oh, do I need this dot get key? I do, this dot get key. I am genius level. Alright, hold on. Fourth most recent, third most recent, second most recent, most recent. Holy shit. Except for the fact that it's not... I need more padding. Now we're getting into some dumb shit. Which means I might actually extend the length of this. Fourth most recent, third most recent, second most recent. Yeah, I might want to extend this. But like... Is this a monospaced font? It's not a monospaced font. Yeah, it's not. This is not a monospaced font. But still, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I have slightly fucked something. What have I slightly fucked here? So the total length, okay, let's calc this for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's 17 characters long, right? This thing, wherever it's used here, wants to pad it to 25 characters long. So this means I should have 25 minus 17. 25 minus 17, that's going to be 8. So the front pad is going to be 8, the back pad is going to be 4, and then we're going to have 4. But we've done 2, which is fascinatingly incorrect. Okay, we're going to figure out what's going on here. Because God knows there's something that's not right here. Let's see, go into this bad boy here. Oh, this is the number thing. Right, so we're going to, n is 4, this is going to be 4th. It returns 4th. S is... You take into account the formatting characters. No, no! You suck balls! Wait, why do you suck balls? Because that's how it does it. I need to get the unformatted text. I need to get unformatted text. No, I need to... Hold on. The text component translation. What is your thing? Curator, yeah. Get unformatted component text. And the object are strings. Text component strings. Right, so these are text component strings, which I guess is everything that it needs. And a text component string, that is just going to return the text. Translator.getComponent. Get unformatted text, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, we're here. We are here. S is correct. It is correct. Does this work now? Look at that, dude. It fucking works. No bullshit. So now, change this to be like 18 or whatever. You suck balls? Suck balls. Okay, make it 20 then. 21. Alright. God bless. And now we know the ordering of it. Beautiful. This is a thing, right? I should probably increase that width a little bit. So I'm gonna increase the width of this. I just had to fix that, and then go to you. $180, and then this should be 90. Right, okay, that's the thing. I don't want 180 for starters. I'll take 160, setting this to being 80. And we'll move it over to being 80 out or something. Not bad. We could afford to make this a little bit smaller. I like 140. 140. 140 is good. We'll make this 70. And then you will be 60. Not bad. Not bad. This is good. This gives enough space. Make you 50. There we go. You have a little bit more space there. The scroll bars are in the right spot. Everything is working out nicely. Now I might wish to take a look at the abstract damage instance. Because now, what if the damage is like super high? Where it's like maybe 3-digit damage. That's gonna go off a bit. How hard is it to hook into DDD? Like, if I wanted a mod to react to different damage types? Actually not that tricky. So, let me show you a couple neat things. Um, the DDD actually has like a ton of things. I'm actually gonna showcase a touch of it. I know I'm technically on commission time, but this will be like super fast, super quick, super fast. Don't worry about it. We're good. Is this gonna set the right thing? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. So, for starters, DDD has obviously it has its own wiki, blah blah blah. Down here, um, there's this section here, which goes over the stuff you can access, where it's located, the packages, um, the different capabilities you can access. Cool, 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 right? But you want to react to different damage types. How are you going to do that? Your best bet is to be able to all the way down here. Did I write about it? This article isn't complete. There are a couple things that I haven't quite done, but um most of it's here. What you might want to look at is the determined damage event, which is fired as soon as DDD classifies damage. This is before the mob actually takes that damage, right? So in this sense, you get to know what the damage is before it's actually dealt. However, if you want your mod to react to specifically a damage type that was actually dealt and not like blocked out, you may wish to look at the update adaptive resistance event, which is fired at the end. It's used to determine if a mob should update its adaptive resistances. But since it's fired at the end, its useful utility is allows you to see the final amount of damage being inflicted alongside the resistances and immunities the mobs had during calculations. You can't change it at this point, but it does give you this event does give you a snapshot of looking at the damage the mob took of specific types. So those are basically your two choices. If you want to know like after the fact, or if you want to know before the fact. So that's my recommendation. Are those two events, depending on what you're doing. I'm assuming that this is what you're looking for. I'm assuming like this is the way you'd want to go about it. Again, it depends sort of on what you want to try and do. I realize I explained all of that while there was an ad playing, which is awesome. TLDR, myself / Shiv are doing a blood graphics mod, and he was curious about DDD integration. Ah, I gotcha. So that should theoretically give you most of the that should give you access to most of the things you need, right? Those two events are whether you want to look at damage dealt versus damage taken kind of thing. But yeah, that should get you most of the way started. Now should be good, yeah. I have heard that there's been an issue. I have an open pull request for DDD. This is something I need to look into. DDD uses an accessor instead of a shadow on its like combat tracker thing. Um, as far as I'm aware, I'm not sure why that would cause a crash in a dev environment, but it does. I'm not convinced that that is exclusively the reason why, but I basically need to look into that. I'm not sure if it's like the hue. It's weird. I'm not fully convinced. Like, the accessor works, so I'm not sure why a shadow would be... Like, I understand maybe a shadow might be preferred in the specific context that it's used, but like an accessor works, so I'm not sure. It gets some illegal access error. But I haven't read the response and stuff. Yeah, so just keep that in mind. If you get an illegal access error with DDD in your dev environment, that might be something I need to change. But Nishalem had used DDD, and they didn't have that problem, because I definitely would have heard about it. So I don't know. I all I can say is I'm not fully convinced what the problem is. Is there a way in vanilla to do like over 100 damage? I don't think so. Fall damage. Fall damage isn't capped. Oh, dude, fall damage isn't capped. We're gonna have to go up really high and drop this fella. How's the quest for UI? It's going pretty good. Fall damage should be uncapped. Like, I'll fall from this high. It's uncapped. It should be a decent amount of damage, but the Mason Spear can be ridiculous amounts. This is true. I'm thinking, okay, so I have dumb ideas. I have dumb ideas. I think that's not exactly Y0, but it's pretty damn fucking close. So here's my dumb idea. I'm gonna do... I'm doing something stupid. But this is important. This is important. Trust me. And then I have auto jump. What the fuck? Now, the problem is, okay, this needs to not be here. Okay, so now, if I need to set it to a bit of a delay. I can't believe I'm doing this. We go up here. It then does that. We set you to this. Right? Okay. Good. We're all a part of the picture here. We're all a part of the picture. And then I need a piston. And this piston needs to go this way. Trust me, this is worth it. Right, so now, if I'm here, Brother. Oh, wait. I'm stupid. It's like this. And while this is like this, I can then press this button to get fucking pissed. No, goddamn piston quasi bullshit. I'm mad. I had a great idea. It doesn't matter. Oh fuck, that actually startled me. Look, it's the same shit, but just here. Alright? It's the same shit. What do you mean? Oh, no, wait. Oh, hold on. No. Actually stupid. Whoops. I dropped that. I need this. Actually, do I need it? Whatever, it doesn't matter. You hear that? You hear that kiss of the teeth? That's me being pissed at fucking vanilla redstone. God damn it. I don't want to spend 9 fucking years doing this. Brother in Christ. It remains because of this quasi-connectivity. Okay, look, listen. Don't put it on top then, alright? I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I'm being an idiot. This is well understood knowledge. Jesus Christ. So now, something is here. I can now press the button to release it. Jesus Christ. Okay. Dumb shit complete. Now, you may be wondering, how the fuck are you gonna get this thing all the way up here? I need to get this thing all the way up here. Into the fucking cloud. I need to make sure I have that block up there. Okay. Look at my genius idea. Bye! I'm real. I thought it would be enough to keep this triggered. I was incorrect. That's fine. Oh fuck, it got shoved. Initial damage, 117. Alright. But what if it takes a half damage? Wait. Does landing on a hay ball half your damage? I need this to be a 3-digit number with a decimal point to see if it fits nicely, which I think it just might barely fit nicely. I'm gonna just go over a little bit, if you don't mind. Is this jank? You're damn right it is. But it'll work. And then it'll sit there, and then it will do this, and then I'm gonna actually make this more delay. Now, does falling on a hay bale reduce the damage you take by half? I think it halves it, right? So, in that case... send that guy. Alright. We good? We good. I need to now go down here. And, I think it's right here. I need to set... I'm gonna set a couple hay bales. This should have the damage, right? Like, that's how that works. These blocks were bothering the fuck out of me, I'm sorry. And now... I release the man. He falls all the way down. Oh, it does more than half it. What the fuck? Oh, I can get feather falling. Wait. Yeah. Feather falling will actually change that by an amount. Or I can, and the dummy have resistance. Yeah, that's fine, right? Because I just care about the initial damage dealt. I guess I could also change this resistance value. Oh wait, if I give it feather falling, that actually wouldn't change anything. I see the point you're raising. But I can change this resistance value actually, so that it takes... If I give it just resistance 1, right, that'll reduce it by 20%. So if it's 117 times 0.8, that's 93.6. Damn it, it's not good enough. 12 times level percent up to a maximum of 48%. So resistance actually does more than feather falling. So if this is 0.88, yeah. Feather falling 1. Feather falling 1. That's the play. That's the play. I like how I'm using this feature to send the dummy back up to the testing area. I mean, it works. They'd be proud. Okay, so now I need boots. I will find boots. Yeah, right there. Good shit. And then feather fall. Wait, what the hell am I doing? Yeah, that makes more sense. Now, we're gonna do a little switcheroony here. Boom. Alright. Now, it should take... fuck these. It should take 88% of the damage. No, it takes less. It takes 78%. Wait, what the fuck? No. It should take 88. 12%. Yeah. Yeah, 88%. I can't math for the life of me for some reason. Alright, so it has Feather Falling 1. It's gonna go down. We're gonna take this. We're gonna boop. We're gonna fall down with it. It falls faster than me. Ah, there we go. You see that? That's called bullshit. I'm mad. Okay, it should reasonably be able to support this. I need to make it just a smidge wider. Now, also another thing to keep in mind is that the numbers... Okay, it does round it to 2 decimal places. Should I let it round to 2 decimal places, or should I let it round to 1 decimal place? I think the 2 decimal places is nice. It's a nice thing. But I now need to make this thing a little bit wider. Just a touch wider, just a little tiny smidge touch wider. And so what I think I need to do is I need to now move everything over a touch. Which is annoying. Annoying but doable. No, I can't. I can't move everything over a touch. I'm looking at the rest of these UIs, and the rest of these UIs, they center the inventory and the hotbar above the in-game hotbar. I need to remain consistent. These items need to be placed this way, but this, if I move it over, is going to start to clip into this. I want to actually use this space. I could shift it over, but it won't look good. It'll look weird. I think it'll look weird. Thank you for the stretch. Actually, I'm gonna... Give me a sec. Alright. Thank you for the stretch. While I was doing that, I was taking off my sweater. Are there any mods that move the inventory off to the side? Are there? I'm trying to think, because look, if there's a precedent for modded GUIs actually moving shit over, I would, I'd be fine with it. But as far as I'm aware, all modded GUIs, they center the inventory like this. Because it makes the most sense. But how do I... Hmm. The only other option I have is trimming the string. I feel like just put the text window at a different x coordinate. Yeah, I mean this scroll bar is tied to this pane, right? I could move it. I could move it over slightly and make room for it. Like, that's not a problem. I just not sure how much of a fan I am of having like a lot of UI elements like over here. I guess it's not really a problem. It's probably I'm probably making a big deal out of it, and it's probably not a problem. Let's make the width 150. Half of that is going to be 75, and we'll move it over. Not 55, but 60 probably. Add 2 more text columns. It's not gonna kill them, right? Like this. It's not gonna kill anyone. This is fine. Like, this is completely fine. This amount of space should support dumb shit. Like, if you do, like, 1,000 damage. Also adjust the headings. I thought about that too, right? I can actually move this over a touch. It doesn't necessarily, I don't need to have exactly the space. The problem with adjusting this, right? Initial damage dealt and final damage taken. I could adjust them. My concern here is if I set it to initial damage and final damage, it's not that clear what the hell I'm talking about. Oh, the dashed lines? Oh, this? I mean, I'm not really worried about that part. I'm mainly just worried about this part here. Right? Like, the length of this is a little close to the scroll bar, which is fine, but if the damage ends up being really high, it might clip over, and that's really annoying. This part is fine. I can add a couple of extra dashes to make up for the extra space, like whatever. That's fine. I don't... I could change it to damage dealt and damage taken instead of initial damage dealt and final damage taken, but again, it's not as clear. I like this. Can I use a decimal formatter to format to 2 decimal places if it's below 1,000? Or, yeah, I mean, I could. I just have a little formatter. For large numbers, right justify the integer part and left justify the decimal. Right justify the integer part and left justify, yeah, just write the code for it, right? Yeah, you know what, we're just gonna do that. I have this format. So now I change this. This should be a function that's gonna take. Wait, what the fuck? What am I doing? Format 1 decimal. Just do this. Don't overcomplicate it. I'm really good at overcomplicating it. This place where it's used, this format damage spot, you know, like the only fucking place I use this shit, this thing, right here. Right here. It's obvious. Return F greater than or equal to 1,000. Format 1 decimal. Otherwise, format 2 decimals. Put this here. Surround that shit in a ternary. Dot format my ass. Wow. And now if you do over 10,000 damage, what are you formatting? If you do over 10,000 damage, and like you do 10,000 point like 3, that'll bleed over. If that happens, you're in no man's land, you're on your own, why are you doing 10,000 damage? Right? Like, add the K suffix. Oh, fuck. That's such a good idea, I almost want to do it, but it's not worth it. It's really not. But I really like that idea. When is something doing 1,000 damage? When is something ever doing 1,000 damage to the point where that suffix actually matters? I'm pretty sure it's not gonna matter. But I really like that idea. Could just round the fractional part for large numbers. Also true. Also true. But I think for this will work. Or scientific notation. I think this will work for the use cases that it's going to show up in, right? It's not going to work for every use case. But it doesn't need to work for every use case because not. I mean, if it becomes that much of a problem, then yeah, I'll round it. I will use scientific notation. I'll add suffixes, all that stuff. Isn't there a former for scientific notation in Java? There is. I think it's big decimal. Because big decimal has to kind of store its stuff in scientific notation, I believe. So I believe it just oops it out, maybe. But I think the decimal format itself actually supports formatting in scientific notation. Yeah, it literally supports formatting in scientific notation. All right, all right, all right. You've convinced me. Sinotate equals new decimal format. The pattern, I think it's like, oh fuck, I don't know what the the thing is. What are the symbols? Where are your symbols? Ah, nice. Can I actually see it? Or am I gonna have to actually open the goddamn fucking documentation for this on, like, the Java docs? Uh-huh. Yeah. God bless. Um, Following syntax. Yeah. Minimum exponent. Optional fraction. Dude, I can't fucking read this. God bless. Where the hell am I? Can I read this? Now it's not actually showing me the fucking suck balls. I think I need to close it so that it makes it. Oh, it won't let me read it anymore. God damn it, that's annoying. I think I need literally this is fine. To show all digits, set the significant digits count to 0. The number of significant digits does not affect parsing. Look at this hurts my brain, right? It does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 formatted with number 0 dot number E0. The fuck is the 0 for? I don't give a fuck what the 0 is for. All I know is I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 E3. Otherwise, the minimum number of integer digits is achieved by adjusting the exponent. The number of digits after the exponent character gives the minimum exponent digit count. There is no maximum. Negative exponents are formatted using a localated minus sign. Localated? Did I just say localated? Alright, whatever, I don't fucking care. This is going to be number dot number E0. Minimum exponent count. Because I will decide if this is minimum exponent count or not by, instead of formatting 1 decimal, we signotate it. Now, for the argument of actually being able to see it in action, I'm going to set it to 100. And then it should do blah, 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 dot, blah, E1. Wait, this is going to be longer. Whatever, I don't care. For now, it's fine. It should be fine. It should be fine. I like how I now have a fucking screen cap, and it's me falling to my death. Except not really. 1.14 E2, 1 E2. Okay, because that was like 100.98, right? And so I only rounded it like that much. Okay, I guess I will shut up because it works. But that said, I want it to be only if it's greater than 1,000. So this is actually going to still look like this, which is fine. It's only if it's greater than that will we just switch to scientific notation. Okay, that was a lovely experiment. Now, technically, this is not dynamic. Like, if it takes damage while I have this open, it's not gonna actually change this list. But if I close it and reopen it, it'll do that. And so that's what this is gonna be. It's gonna, well, actually, I'm gonna need another thing. That's gonna be the tooltip for the damage history, and it'll say it's damage history for the dummy since the last time this UI was opened. I just leave it like that. Now, I believe that is it, right? Like, for the most part, I believe for the most part, that's what I need. I'm gonna double check some things. Yeah. Crafting recipe. UI and button textures. Showing damage history. Buttons change creature attribute. Alright, shift clicking stuff. Done that, done that, done that, done that. Done that. I still need the UI and button textures. Done that. Improvements to the model texture. We'll deal with that later. Crafting recipe for the item. That's a thing that I need to do. And DDD support. So it's crafting recipe, UI button textures, DDD support. Boom. Then we're done. And we ship it. I need to see what their recipe that they wanted was. Where did I? Where did they? Where did they state? Where did they state? Where the fuck did they state it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Obsidian, glass, obsidian, soul sand, redstone dust, egg, comparator, skull, comparator. And it should be mirrored. It should be mirrored because you should be able to put the egg and the soul sand on either side. That part shouldn't matter. Okay. Now, God bless. How do you add crafting recipes? Wait. I know how you do that. I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I promise. I promise, Dad. I know what I'm doing. I went to the wrong mod. Scaling feasts crafting recipes. I will look at how it does it, and I'm just gonna copy that. Because they're like data driven, pretty much. It's under assets, mod ID, recipes, and then it's a JSON. Okay. Assets, mod ID. Can we go here? Yeah, I know a problem occurred. My workspace is corrupted as shit. I don't give a fuck. I really should. Recipes. And then I need to add a new file. This is going to be stoicdummy.json. I'm pretty sure, right? And then it just does that. Wait, no it doesn't. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, it doesn't matter what I call it. It'll still do it. Type. This is Minecraft. Oh, wait. The Hardy Shank was mirrored, right? Yeah, okay, so that's just a different thing. Crafting shaped. Mirrored is going to be true. Nice. Pattern. Pattern. Can it accept, Can this thing accept OR dictionaries? For the ingredients? It probably can, but I don't know how. This is a list. Where it's gonna be obsidian, glass, obsidian, ogo. And then it was soul sand. What the hell was in the middle? Redstone. And then egg. And then it's comparator, skull, comparator. And then the key. O is going to be item please. Minecraft obsidian. I need to look at something to okay. I know what mod I want to look at for this. Thermal expansion. Not foundation, but fuck it. Maybe foundation is fine as well. Look at this. Main resources, their assets under recipes. That's not helpful. We can. Now, what I actually need to do is I need to look at the OR dictionary stuff, which is gonna be not here. Okay. Inventory, item stack, Control F or oh no, not for this. Probably for item then. Or dictionary. There we are. Here we are. These are all the OR dictionaries. obsidian. Alright, so this is type. Forge ordict. Or is obsidian. G was gonna be glass. What the hell have I accomplished here? There we go. Okay. This is another forge ordict. Or nice. And the ore here, this one is going to be glass. Or is it block glass? I feel like it's block glass. Block glass. And this actually does matter, because it should allow stained glass to be used, right? Like that's the important thing. And then we need S, which is soul sand. I don't know if this is actually ordicted, but we'll see. Did I see it? I saw netherrack, obsidian, glowstone, endstone, torch workbench, block, blah blah blah. Stone, block, glass, dirt, grass, stone, cobblestone, gravel, sand, sandstone, netherrack, obsidian, glowstone, endstone, torch workbench, chest trap. These are some replacements. And dyes. No, soul sand is not here. Okay, so it's not an ordict. It's just an item. And then this bad boy is going to be a forge ordict. Or is going to be just redstone. And then E is going to be an egg, which I believe this is ordicted. They ordicted mob drops, so yeah, egg. What the fuck are you doing? C is going to be item Minecraft redstone comparator. Jesus, dude, I can't not type correctly. And the K, this is the interesting one. Now, is there a wildcard for Skull? I believe there has to be. I probably control F it, but... Oh, because the skull is... blocks skull. And there should be no comma there. Is that all I need? Okay, I need to change this from crafting shape to forge. Or shaped, I'm guessing. I guess or shaped probably. And then this needs to be ingredients, not key. Ingredients. And now what I need to do is I need to copy over. I need to copy over JEI into this run environment so that we have JEI. Which I believe I'm going to want to go into your run folder, your mods folder. That's not right. And was it? Yeah, here's GUI. It's in DDD's run environment, which is weird because DDD doesn't have any crafting recipes, so I don't know why the fuck that was there, but it was. Alright, we got that there. We should have GUI now when we run. And assuming that this recipe is correct, which I believe it is, it should work. Hopefully. Cool? Cool, 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 cool. Cool. What the fuck is your problem? Registering texture. There's literally a problem with starting this. Missing key. Expected to find a JSON object. Should this be not ingredients, but instead key? Is that the problem? All these ones say ingredients. Oh. Okay, yeah, cool, it didn't work. Unknown item, Minecraft Redstone comparator. Okay, well, now we're getting somewhere. Is that not the... Is that not it? Oh, or is it just comparator? It's just comparator. Alright. We're getting there. And now we have a different problem. Missing data for item Minecraft skull. Yeah. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. I'm with you. I understand. I get it. How the fuck are you doing this, buddy? Um, can I change this to type forge ordic? Can I ordic this? I don't think it's ordicted, but I feel like at the same time it should be. Really had to make a fucking challenging recipe because now I have to figure out the fucking skull. I'll say use like item NBT, but hey, it crashed again. I'm not sure why. Unknown item. Oh wait, so this actually worked. My Stoic dummy item. You're joking. And finally, even though there's no ordict for it, but maybe there is? I don't know. And so the crash is not because my recipe is invalid. The crash is because why though? Oh shit, we are crashing out. Damn right. I'm trying to load JEI into this and it's not fucking working. I had an illegal access error. Init missing image from class GI GUI textures GI texture map. GI and run client is stupid. You need fancy Gradle. Oh, fuck me. Well, then I'm not bothering. I am not bothering. It's not worth it. I just wanted to see the recipe to make sure it works. But instead, I can get you the needed stuff. Fancy Gradle is easy. Well, we'll see. We'll see. If it's 100% needed, this was just so that I could see the recipe. I can load this into an instance and like whatever, check it there. So long as the recipe works, I can check that shit later. That's not like super duper relevant. I just want to make sure that it works. The easiest way to check to see if it would work would be to use JI, but I don't really need to, I guess. So what I'm going to need is I'm going to need any block of glass. That was what did you get rid of? That's not what I wanted you to do. Any block of glass, 2 blocks of obsidian. The more generic problem though, all mods with access transformers fail and run client without fancy Gradle. Interesting. Actually, this does lead me to another question. A question I wanted to ask you specifically. You're gonna have to wait though. I don't feel like asking it right now. I want to test this first. Any skull should work, so let's try. Let's just get them all and make sure that they all work. I should make sure that I have enough space in my inventory for this. I need 2 comparators. I need soul sand, which should be here, and I need an egg. So, 2 obsidian, a block of glass, 2 comparators, a skull, soul sand, egg, and I think I missed something. Redstone dust. I missed redstone dust. You're joking. Fucking auto jump, dude. If this works, I'm happy. If this doesn't work, I'm sad. Well, I'm fucking sad. And if I had to hazard a guess, it's the skull part. I want to accept all the skulls. Because everything else is fine. This is fine. This ID is correct. That ID is correct. This is ore dicted. This is ore dicted. This is ore dicted. This is ore dicted. These are all ore dicted. The soul sand doesn't have an ore dict. Neither does the comparators. Fine. Whatever. We do that. And the skulls don't work. Okay. There's something wrong with my recipe. I don't think this is an ore dict that exists. I'm gonna be real. I thought skulls were ore dicted. I could have sworn. Can't I look it up? That's what I thought I could do. I'd like looking for skull, but it's not here. This is or dictionaries or dictionary. I thought they were or dicted. I guess they weren't. Do I have to have this thing accept all the skulls are the same item though? But it needs the data though. If I do this, it's gonna crash. Skull. It wants data for it. I'm pretty sure. That's what happened the last time I ran. Metadata? I think it wants metadata. Wait, can I specify a wildcard metadata? I should be able to. I can do -1 of the wildcard. Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. That's literally the one thought I literally just had. Yeah, data. Wildcard is 2 to the 5 minus 1. 31? Or, I can't fucking, my brain is stupid. Ignore whatever I just said. Actually, I can check this. This is gonna say, here is a crash. JSON parse exempt, JSON parse exception, missing data for item Minecraft skull. It's 2 to the 15. Okay, see. Yeah. You're like, wait, 2 to the 5. I'm pretty sure that's 32 if I'm not mistaken. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Yeah, I was right. Anyway, let's put data minus 1. Let's give that a shot. Due to Linux being silly, and then I'm... Oh, I see what you wanted to do. Yeah, you wanted to superscript it. Do you use Linux? Dude, that's crazy. Okay, I have data here. I will eventually switch to Linux. Yeah, I recently switched. Nice. I intend to switch just because I'm not dealing with Windows 11. Call for help. Look, this joke isn't mine. But, you know, Linux is rough. People who like Linux are the people who like punching themselves in the face. Why do you want to punch yourself in the face? Because it's free. But it's less pain than AI supervision of... Yeah, right? Like, currently I'm on 10. I'm still on 10. And I wish to save up enough money for A, my own place, and B, or like just as an apartment or whatever, that's fine. And then B, a new computer, right? Because my computer, it needs some upgrade. It's like nearly 10 years old. And then when I upgrade it, use Linux. All right. As a person who had to do a document in Adobe and plans to immediately cancel it after stream, I feel that. Dude, oh my god. I used to use Adobe Reader. Then I took an arrow to the knee. No, then it took an arrow to the knee. Correction. I would have stayed on Win 10 too, but I had to get a new laptop and felt silly to install End of Life OS. Yeah, no, that's understandable. Guys, there's a problem. Not working. What metadata did I use? I used -1. Or do I actually have to use... Try 31,712 or whatever that. I'm not too sure if it's that, but I will check. 2 to 15. 32,767 is what I'm looking for. Divided by 2 minus 1, yeah. It's 32. I was like, 31 doesn't sound right. But okay, we'll try that. Can I not just use like an asterisk? Will it accept that? Probably doesn't. Anyway, the question I did want to ask, by the way, is I have pretty sure that's the official wildcard. Oh, okay. Well, we'll give it a shot. I have it there. You see it. We all see it. I need to show this. Because you've used DDD when you were making the it should also be named an Ordict. Oh, if I use the Forge Ordict type, I could actually maybe specify the wildcard. Oh wait, I know what you're talking about actually. Yeah, wildcard value, which is 32,767. Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, I see ya. All right. I have used the official wildcard value. Oh my god, it works. Oops. And it's mirrored. Nice. Why does star? Wait, hold on. There might be a difference between what I see on OBS and what I see on Twitch. Let me see what the chat says. No, it's the same here. I have no fucking clue, dude. Short dot max. You know what it is? It's probably like trying to find links or something, and then just like, nope, no links allowed. And so when you do short dot max value, it goes, wait a second, that's a link. Anyway, so this works. Does it work with the other heads? It does. Can I mirror it? I can. Okay. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Nice. Also, crafting doesn't break the game too, which is, not something that should happen, but sometimes it's important to check. Maybe wondering what this finally used for Ender Dragon skulls, right? Maybe wondering what this was. This was test. I have look how beautiful this is. It's fucking gorgeous. Except for this, I know it jumps. I don't feel like I don't. This is fine. I don't care about this. But this is good. And it fits in the right space. I like the dirt texture especially. That's just a placeholder, but it is funny. I wanted to make sure that this wasn't going to go too far, so we had to check with fall damage. That's the only way to do like over 100 damage. So with feather falling 1, I had to get the dummy all the way up there, and then drop it all the way down. And just for shows, I made it levitate all the way up there, and then I had a redstone contraption to keep it up there, so that I could go up there and remove the. Now I can remove the levitation off of it. It sits here, and then I press this button, and it falls down. Was it unnecessary? You're goddamn right. Was it cool? You're goddamn right. Anyway, that's the texture done. The texture, the recipe. Yeah, as I was saying, you've used DDD in a dev environment when you were doing socketed stuff, like way back. Someone else is using DDD in a dev environment, they get an illegal access error, right? And I have a pull request here. And I'll show you what this pull request is. I'm not expert. It's possible I never ran in dev, I can test. Oh, fair enough. Because right here, they changed this mixin. This is the mixin into combat tracker to be a shadow instead of an accessor. But like, while I do understand all of this, technically, I do not know the difference between a shadow and an accessor, and why I shouldn't be using an accessor. Like, why, like, does it matter? Because it fundamentally works, right? The only reason I use an accessor is it works, and I didn't really know what shadow was at the time, and I knew accessor worked, so I used accessor, right? They give an explanation. I haven't really read this explanation. Excuse me, but I should. Shadow equals inside the mixing class, accessor equals outside the mixing class. Well, I want to access it outside the mixing class. The access. Right? Hold on. When you kind of need the accessor. Unless I only use it, I'm pretty sure. Let me take a look at this. All right, so there's this combat tracker where I have fighter as an accessor. I don't even use this .get fighter anywhere here. Oh, I use it right here. Never mind. Using accessors in a non-interface mixing class is weird though, since you can't use it outside. Yeah, that's interesting. Actually, I need to check the combat tracker. The implementation of the combat tracker. Accessor mixins are always interface. Well, see, this was written when I wasn't really good with Mixin, and I'm still not really good with Mixin. Otherwise, it won't even compile. I fucking love that. Can you go here? Where is the get fighter thing? Oh, this is what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of this get fighter. Like if you use the accessor method outside the mixing class. Oh, it will refuse to compile. Hello, thank you for the stretch. It's public. This one's a different. This is different. This is DDD's combat tracker, and then I mix in into actual combat tracker for literally just this. I guess I literally just use it for death messages, which makes sense. And then I need to get the fighter so that I can do all of that shit. That's okay. Yeah, I probably don't need the accessor then, right? It probably can just be a shadow. You agree with shadow? Okay. But the more important question is this works, right? Fundamentally, this works. Would this be the reason it wouldn't work in a dev environment? Or is that a completely different reason? Right? Is the reason this doesn't compile in a dev environment because of get fighter? Because if so, then like yeah, sure, I can totally see the stance there. I mean, it's gonna be remap issues. It's possible, right? Now we can actually test this, and this is actually part of what I need to do here. Whoops, this is the wrong thing to hide. Shadows have auto remapping, which could maybe be what the problem is. Because all the way over here in La La Land, I'm going to need to add a DDD as a dependency. Here we are. Get fighter as public. In combat tracker. That's weird. You have a naming overlap. in non-remapped. Okay, so let me see. Is private, so we have this. The fuck is wrong with me? Obfuscated production environment, it's not an issue. In InDev it is. I get you. What the hell is wrong with me? Oh, because it's obfuscated, it has a different name. So technically, I could set the I could, because the at accessor has a remap flag to actually remap it, or to make it unique. There's like an at unique thing I could theoretically do. But more importantly, what the fuck is wrong with me? This is public. Oh, dude, you know what it is? I didn't know this existed. I didn't know this existed because I saw this and went, I need to access that. And didn't check to see if there was a get fighter. That's almost certainly what it is. Okay. So we can actually verify some of this because I do need to actually add DDD here. Because this mod needs to have DDD compat anyway, so let's just throw DDD in. So, because like technically I'm on commission time, right? I shouldn't be like working on other shit when I'm, this is paid time or whatever, right? Which is very valid. I understand that, but this is relevant because I need DDD in the dev environment. If DDD doesn't work in a dev environment, then that's me being a dumbass. So this is actually theoretically tangentially relevant. You're paid by the hour thing. Yeah, it's paid on an hourly thing. I have all my um commission details and stuff like listed in my Discord server, on like how it works and stuff. So it's not like this is public knowledge basically. Um, because I'm an idiot, let me understand. Right? Do I have Curse Maven here? I do. I have Curse Maven right here. All right. So then. Fucking what is it? Is some. My brain's not working. Implementation. That's what I wanted. No need to write it. You can literally copy it from CF. I can copy it from CF? Wait, what the fuck? This is news. Hold on. This is news to me. Where the fuck? It's in the files, obviously, right? First Maven snippet. Holy shit, dude! fg.df. Yeah! Let's go. Fucking. They did something right. And this is for I gotta check to see what fucking. I kept doing this manually. Cause I'm a fucking. I have a brain this big, and you don't know how big I'm making it, but it's fucking tiny. Let me look at this. That doesn't work for all files. Which you know, I still think it's good to know how to build this kind of thing yourself, right? It's okay. Yeah, we still love you and your tiny brain. Damn, very space efficient, right? Um. Okay, yeah, implementation is the right thing. But I don't have like a hard requirement. This is an optional requirement. Are you gradling or are you? I thought I was gonna often use compile only. Uh, compile only would work, and just add the mod myself and run mods. Oh, I see, I see. Well, here we are. Then it's not forced added in run client. That's the only diff. Oh, so if you don't want to actually run with it, if you want to test without the mod, you can do that. Which is cool. I would actually do that, except for the fact that DDD uses Craft Tweaker, and when you use Craft Tweak, wait a second. Actually, no. When you use Craft Tweaker, the fucking access transformers explode, and you can't run it in a dev environment. So I always just build it and then run it in a CurseForge profile. And yeah, it's the first time I fucking heard about fancy Gradle, so I'd actually would love to set that up for DDD so that I actually can run it in the dev environment again. So I can actually fucking use it in dev environment and check this shit. Let me get you that shit. Yeah, send me that shit. You got Gradle 8 plus, right? On this, we are. We definitely Gradle 8 plus. We're definitely Gradle 8 plus. Let me double check. I should have the Gradle properties should be here. Yeah, Gradle wrapper properties. I'm Gradle 7.5. I think it's because Gradle 8 broke. That's shit. Yeah, right in Discord. I think Gradle 8 doesn't work with this. I think there was some problems. Anyway, it doesn't really matter too much. We're gonna build this so that I actually have this. Oh wait, I already have it here. Never mind. It knows what it's doing. Now I have a decompiler, right? Oh my god, dude, look at all this fucking mix-ins that I have. You've got to be fucking me, bro. Don't actually. That would be dangerous. Yeah, and you decompile it. God bless you. God bless this decompiler adding like 9 lines between shit, but you know, whatever. Anyway. It works. Fundamentally, that's what matters. Now, if I run this, does it explode? Survey says. The survey's taking a while. We're gonna have to wait. What the fuck? We're fine. I know what I'm doing. Oh wait, because I'm in a dev environment though. Why the fuck does it... I know what I'm doing. It's fine. Who the hell cares? I think that shows up when you're doing that or whatever. I don't know, dude. I'm getting this still fucking works vibes. It is in the mods folder because it's added differently. Oh, yeah, that's probably why it's complaining. Yeah, I could see that. I thought I had it check if it was in dev, but I guess that check doesn't work the way I'm thinking it does. I don't know, dude. I'm getting this shit fucking works normally when I have it in. I don't know. Is it just a me problem, or is it just a them problem? Like this, I assume all my mixins aren't running. That could be. God damn it! You're right. Look at this. Fucking integral sign and contour integral sign. This is how DDD sets up its damage type stuff. It's kind of funny to see in this context. But it uses an integral sign and then a contour integral to like basically do it. It does it the same way Tinker's does. I just use slightly different characters. Yeah. Nice Chinese characters. Yeah, right. So I'm guessing it just dependency mods with mixins. Yeah, okay. Alright, so this is where I need fancy Gradle, right? To get this shit working. Probably. Right, but just to confirm, everything else... Well, fancy Gradle won't fix my mixins. Okay, well, I need to fix... Oh, do I need to bootstrap them in? Oh, fucking lovely. Wait, but DDD comes bundled with a mixin booter. Holy shit. I love... I love my... dude, my chat is sabotaging me! Yeah, send via Discord. This has led me to believe I need a more active bot to screen out other bots that will spam your usual Twitch spam messages or whatever the hell. So that I can maybe lift a couple restrictions on links and filtering so that shit can happen or whatever. But that said, we're going to look at this. Yeah, I do have a settings.gradle. Okay. So this is all good shit. You want to filter out the usual get viewer bots. I have auto mods set up for that. Yeah, sometime this week I'll look into I'll like definitely have to ask for that. You just need to mod me for a sec. Yeah. I'll ask for it. I don't want to necessarily like go through the effort of like setting it up like right now. But like I will poke you about that in a bit. Unofficial method of loading mixin. Temporary loading mixin in fortune. Okay. Yeah, so get this shit. Download this shit. The mixin bootstrap. Download it. Download the fucking file. So I'm not gonna need fancy Gradle for this, but I will for DDD, and that's gonna be 195 thing basically. Unmodding, time to get back to work. Okie doke. See you later. Thanks for tuning in. So we slapped this bad boy in our mods folder. Fancy Gradle is just a good idea if you want to run client, which I do, but I don't think I need for this because this doesn't have any mixins or anything at all. And it doesn't have craft tweaker or anything else. The only thing it has is DDD. Yeah, only if you add JEI or CT or whatever. But the crafting recipe works, so I don't need to give a shit. I'll see it like I'll see it in I'll like load it into an instance and see the recipe there, or if you do your own access transformers, which I don't recommend. Have you seen? There's gonna be a highlight reel, I swear to God, of some point of all the times I have bitched about other people's code. I don't hate people. I swear to God, I don't hate people. They code stuff and it's great. If it works, awesome. I don't care. Like good for them. But have you seen Spartan Weaponry's build Gradle or shit? It like they copy the access transformers for Craft Tweaker, and then when they build, they remove the access transformers. It's fucking wild. And I was like, hey, that's an interesting way of doing it. Yeah, workarounds. Like, I might. And then I always kept that in the back of my mind. Like, oh, if I really want DDD to run a dev environment, I'm going to copy what they do. But I always looked at it and went, dude, this sounds like a massive pain in the ass to actually get working. It feels like there's going to be a bunch of finicky doing shit. But now I don't need to because I just like fancy Gradle, like whatever, right? Assuming everything else works. So fancy Gradle is literally made for this, yeah. Now again, I'm not here to I'm not here to. What is this? Check permission is throwing. What are you throwing? Stop throwing. FML security manager. What are you throwing? Exit trapped exception? What the fuck are you throwing? Invalid accessor exception. No candidates. Whoa, Wait, this is in Entity Living Base. More shit remapping issues. Yeah. But this one's actually an interface. This one's actually an interface. If I can run DDD in dev, yeah. This is lovely. Whereas I can't do to that get fighter, but sure. Yeah, like if your get fighter works, or like if it crashes on get fighter, then like whatever, right? But this is crashing on something else. I'm getting a class not found, which is hilarious. Hilariously bad. This is also proof that I myself have no fucking clue what I'm doing half the time. As if, you know, last week's stream wasn't evidence as well, but you know. This is an interface with one invoker. Just Gradle bullshit. That's where my problem is. I can't Gradle for my life. This is just one invoker. Block using shield. Wait. I don't even need to pull up Firefox for this. I can just. It's just in here. Look at this. Where's my Vixens? It's this thing. It's literally all I have. And Entity Living Base has a block using shield thing. I don't know what the fuck is going on about. Oh wait, it's obfuscation stuff, dude. I literally just clocked it. It's searching for the obfuscated method. Yep. Oh my god. If I delete the ref map? Sorry, it's not in here. Fuck, where's my ref map? It should be in here. So I'll need the DDD jar. I need the actual, yeah, I have the DDD jar here. This is it. This is the whole fucking jar. Is it in, I remember writing something like that. I mean, inside run mods. Oh shit. But it's not gonna be here. I need to actually put it in. And I'll have to compile only then. Oh shit. Okay. So, here's what I've learned. I've learned two things. One, my mixin' skill is dog shit. Two, DDD needs to fix its mixin' shit. What I learned, run client is not easy. Yeah, also that too. So, what I'm understanding is this here is going to need to, it's great once it works, right? No, your mixing code is fine. This part's fine. It's just setting it up ahead of time. Okay. Well, what we do know is that even still, we're gonna run into the problem where we're not gonna run anyway, because we're gonna run into the get fighter problem, right? So the takeaway there is it's not worth it right now to look into fixing this in this dev environment. Instead, your DDD runs fine in dev with zero issue. Let's see, this is magical. This is magical. Definitely what I would need to do is set this to compile, well, maybe set to compile only. That's the shit when you got it set up correctly. Wait, even with the get fighter thing, it doesn't cause a problem with that either? Not to check logs, that's fair. Now, fundamentally, again, I don't need to. So the takeaway here is I need to actually update DDD, like quick patch this shit. And by quick patch this shit, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go to the author of that PR and be like, actually, I don't need it. Please delete it. No, don't take the PR because I don't need Get Fighter. I don't need the shadow. Just remove it entirely. Have them remove it. You think I need it? But I only use this. Let me show what's. Here. I only use this, or I do shatter. Oh fuck. Shadow is arguably cuter. Okay. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is it, but it's not. There's something weird. Optional, get fighter. Where the fuck do you use this? Okay, well, this is there's something hella wrong here, but we're not gonna worry about that. So yeah, I was smart enough to do this. Minecraft dev plugin in IntelliJ would have also auto added that shadow. Well, see, I'm a stick in the mud asshole who has used Eclipse, and I'm comfortable with Eclipse. Now, granted, for when modding Chaos Edition, which is for like 1.20, I actually use IntelliJ. I don't need any help, thank you very much. I can fuck up all on my own. Running naked on the street, right? I use IntelliJ when modding Chaos Edition. I don't use it when modding 1.12 mods. I should probably use it. I haven't used it for DDD and all this other stuff because I do like the look of Eclipse, and I don't know how to navigate IntelliJ as well as I do Eclipse. And I like the way Eclipse autocompletes and stuff. I should probably get used to IntelliJ because it's probably a little bit better than Eclipse. So there is an argument to be made for that. Anyway, to what I understand, this needs to be Shadow, so I accept the PR. This is great. Do a 195 or 196. I don't know, whatever the fuck we're on. And then push that. Use that for this. And then that fixes that. And then in order to get this to run, I need to set this to compile only, go into the dev, go into the jar that I add there, delete the ref map, and then it should work. And then everything should work from dev. All right. I can do that part then. That is to say, I don't want it to be added, so okay. I still have to have it here, because it will still be added as a dependency, but I changed this to compile only. And now, when this runs, it'll run with like if I debug this, it won't have DDD running. Let's just confirm that it doesn't have DDD running. I can do this right now, and then I can wrap patch DDD, and then I will actually be doing this tomorrow. Are you fucking kidding me, brother? What do you mean you're throwing an exception again? I have this in compile only. Everything failed. Everything's failing. There's one from like mixin entity here. Yeah, it's not just like this one thing. All the mixins are fine. It's probably the ref map. You're probably completely correct with that. Everything's failing. I don't have you. You can take the Gradle from the Fermium template. I could, but I feel like what I need to do actually is I need to okay. I didn't know you were gonna do that. I wanted you to stop. I want you to stop. 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 Switch again. Rebuild. Rebuild it. This might fix that dependency problem. Bet you could just swap it out. I probably could, but here we are. I can do it all on my ownsies. Yeah, I see mixin. There's gonna be problems. But why? So, from my understanding, the setting it to compile only should only add it in dev, but when I run, it shouldn't be there. But it is. Was it added? Is it added to the run? No, it's not added to the run. Let me just refresh just in case. Yeah, it's not here. Wait, what's the error message? The same thing. It can't, like the mixins fail to apply. Invalid injection. Mixin apply errors, mixin transformer errors. The point is that DDD shouldn't even be here. If I delete this. Okay, maybe I don't. Maybe it won't let me. Okay, if I comment this out then, will you then remove it for me? Okay, it removes it. It removes it. Compile only. This is the right thing, right? It puts it back here. I'm gonna run the same problem. I'm gonna see mixin. Yeah, I saw mixin. What the hell? So weird. Waiting. You don't have any mixin flags in my Minecraft bracket? What the hell? Well, yeah, because this thing doesn't use any mixins. You need whatever I'll send you in Discord. Alright. God bless. Minus the first. JVM arg. Mixin hot swap. Checks interfaces. Because I don't have a mixin loader class. Just line 2 and 3. So just line 2 and 3. Anywhere, like here. In the client bracket. Well, we're gonna put it in the client bracket. I mean, I still had the same problem. I see if mixin bootstrap is the issue. I run with Fermium booter. That could also be the issue as well. Well, I mean, then I just use Fermium Booter. I don't need Mixin Booter. Different mod? A Fermium Booter Bootstrap, I'm guessing. No, I mean, you don't need Mixin Bootstrap. You need Fermium Booter. Yeah. I would replace this. I'd replace Mixin Booter with Fermium Booter. That's the plan. There's also Mixin Booter, which is involved here. Oh, okay. Yeah. I see. Let's put Fermium Booter in here and see how this goes. I end up at the same place. Okay. New idea. I download this file as well. I now have DDD here as well. I might get a duplicated mod problem, but whatever, I can fix that. Shouldn't happen with compile only. Right? Which is why I'm fucking baffled. And this is the problem I'm running into. Alright. Here's what I need to do. What I need to do is I need to transfer. That's all not public code, right? Yeah, I haven't like committed this all or whatever. What I need to do, here's what I do. I need to transfer this workspace to an IntelliJ workspace. And then in IntelliJ, fucking get the plugins that actually do this shit and run it like that. IntelliJ won't save me. Oh god. And what the fuck is going on here? It's def my Gradle setup. God damn it. I haven't changed anything. Really, this is basically the base Gradle. Well, I added DDD. What's IntelliJ? Well, it's a if you watched my Chaos Edition coding streams, I used IntelliJ instead. It's a bird. Correct answer. I'm sorry. That is the right answer. You're completely correct. IntelliJ walkers. Is it my version of Forge Gradle, which is only 6.0? Well, no, that's probably not the problem. What's my version of Gradle that I have here? This is Gradle 8.10. Okay, we have shit here. Our Gradle.properties, everything else is here. Everything else here is fine. Unless there's I could debug it if it was public, but well. The repository is public. Technically. Let me just commit everything that's here. It's just taking a fucking eternity. Because I did add star, not add space star. I'm a genius. Okay, there we go. It's pushed now. I'm thinking it's debug this. Switch over to IntelliJ, patch DDD to use shadow. I can after like later on in the week, I can get DDD to work with like fancy Gradle and stuff. That part is not like super high priority. It might be something with my launch, like launching through Eclipse might be different than launching through IntelliJ. And the way Eclipse applies these plugins or whatever could be just completely fucked. I doubt, yeah. I'm confused why compile only does not work though. I don't know. It's interesting. That said, this is some decent bit of progress that I've made. I'm gonna end stream, and then I can fucking fiddle around with all these things. Especially if I want to like switch workspaces or whatever. But I will be back tomorrow actually with more of this, right? So I'll be doing this again tomorrow. So basically, my idea is I dip now, I fix up all these things, I had the same issues in IntelliJ. Lovely. Yeah, I'm gonna end stream, I'm gonna fix these issues, I'll be back tomorrow, we'll get all this shit working, and then we'll do use block using shield and entity living base. I don't think that's an issue with DDD though, like that's the thing, right? Definitely not an issue with DDD, it's the issue with how I've got this shit set up, especially because you got it to work in dev environment. Yeah, I know, I mean, switching to IntelliJ doesn't help. I'll give you a PR. You mean 30 minutes, lol. Alright, sick. Yeah. I'm gonna patch this shit for DDD. I'm gonna patch that. And we're going to get the rest of this shit working so I can get DDD running with it. And then tomorrow's mainly gonna be drawing the UI elements, I think. So that's what we'll do. We'll draw the UI elements. I have a bit of it, like, technically already drawn up or whatever, but we'll, now that I kinda know where they're placed and everything, I'm going to, do that myself. And then, yeah, we'll leave it at that. So, thank you all for coming in and watching this journey. Of course, the minute DDD gets involved and it rears its big, ugly head, it causes everything to explode. And, yeah, like I said, we'll fix it all up. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll drop the assets, and then we'll do the DDD compat, and then we're done, basically. I don't know if I'll be able to do all of that tomorrow, but we'll try and do as much as we can. All right, that's all I got. You'll have a good rest of your day, and, I will hopefully get everything fixed. All right, bye.